Hello, my name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we foiled Florian's assassination attempt. However, she is not going down without a fight. There she is. There she is. Let me start my timer going. Alright, down we go.
Don't you want to dance?
Oh god. Aenor, what are you saying? She's sassy, clearly. Can we guard up, please? There we go. Okay. Madam. Whee! Okay, can we... If we can... Where are you going? You know what? Go! Aha! Spin. Got up. Just keep wailing on her. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, I thought dragons tougher than you. Aenor really is sassy. I'm loving these lines. Yeah, we can't. Oh, Nelly, what happened to you? You get back. Spinny spin. Up and okay, there we go. Solas, if you could just stand up, bud. There we go. Come on, beat up. In the ground! But does anyone else... You have that. That's bringing people back. You don't have yours yet. Cassandra, if you could be so kind. Okay, come on. Aenor, get in there. Where did you go? Did you? You didn't. Can you please rally? Thank you. Get back. Got up. And a spinny spin. And running speed. Keep going. I have no idea who you're attacking, but just keep attacking them. There you go. Florian. Where do you think you're going, madam? Oh. Got up. Whee! Back. Keep going, Aenor. We've got this. We have got this. Oh, Florian, you really weren't so tough. You were not as tough as you thought you were. Can you back? Where are you running off to? Why are you running? Whee! I love ramming speed. I love that. Get back! Don't mind. Aha! And down she goes. Ooh. Very nice. Very nice indeed. She really wasn't all that tough an opponent. Oh, that does kind of make me sad a little bit. I think the reason why she was so overlooked is because she was relatively useless. She really couldn't do much. And I think she kind of, I think maybe she kind of thought, oh, no one sees my brilliance. No one sees how brilliant I am. I'm being underestimated. And it's like, but you're not. You really aren't being underestimated at all. Oh, you know what? Whilst I'm here, I have enough Halla statues to do this. This is the door from the beginning that I skipped out on because I was worried if I'd have enough Halla statues to unlock certain doors. Hey, nice. I came back for you, loot. I remembered. No loot gets left behind. That is the KallistaPlays promise. Alrighty then, people. Let's go back in. Yeah. The game's just like, what? But you were so late. There we go. Done and dusted. But how's everyone else dealing with this?
Your sister attempted regicide in front of the entire court, Gaspard.
You're the spy master. If anyone knew this atrocity was coming, it was you.
You don't deny your involvement.
I do deny it. I knew nothing of Florian's plans. But you knew it all and did nothing.
I don't know which is better. That you think I'm all-seeing, or that you're trying so hard to play innocent and failing.
Enough. We will not bicker while Tevinter plots against our nation. For the safety of the Empire, I will have answers.
Gaspard was planning a coup. Reveal evidence of Gaspard's crimes to the Empress. Briala helped stop Florian. Use the evidence gathered about Gaspard to support Briala. All of you are at fault. Try to force the three leaders to a truce. Okay, so I'm just gonna move my mouse over there so I don't accidentally click anything. I kind of want to talk about this for a little bit. Considering Gaspard's hatred of the game, when he says, I knew nothing, I knew absolutely nothing about what my sister was doing, I do believe him there. I do believe him that he literally had no idea that Florian was planning on doing this. Briala seemed kind of preoccupied with Gaspard and Celine, to be honest. I think she was so focused on them that maybe she didn't see what Briala was up to. She might have noticed that Briala was up to something suspicious, but I'm kind of inclined to believe both of them, really. Now, there are a few options for how this quest can end. Obviously, there's the ending where Celine dies, in which case either Gaspard rules or Briala rules, but Gaspard is her mask. So basically, you blackmail Gaspard into being controlled by Briala. With Celine alive, oh god, I'm just trying to go through everything. There is the option for Celine rules on her own. She has no backup from anyone. Celine and Briala can reconcile, and you just pin everything on Gaspard. Or there is the option, all of you are at fault. I have that because I have blackmail on all three of them. I have Gaspard's mercenary leader, who is the guy we picked up in the last episode. We have the elven servant who is being attacked by the Harlequin, and we have the naked guy we found in Celine's room. Because we found him, we have the option of making them all work together. I'm gonna be brutally honest, I don't think any of them are good choices. I think this situation is very reminiscent of the King of Orzammar situation in Origins. Do you put a nice man, and I am using air quotes there because bearing in mind Harrimont is like, oh, I'm so honourable and just, and I believe all of the little castless children should die, but they can't die because they were never born. All of those children that are suffering, no, they aren't suffering, they aren't starving. Fuck the castless. I'm honourable. I'm like, he's not nice. He's not nice, he's not honourable, he is disgusting. His views are disgusting. But compared to Balin, he's the nice one. So do you put the nice man on the throne, who is completely backwards in his views, who will not help Orzammar in the slightest, or do you put the tyrant on the throne, who is responsible for fratricide, for killing his father? To be fair, I don't think Balin actually killed his father. It was just his actions caused Endrin to succumb to his grief. You know, Balin, I don't think murdered his father, but he is responsible for his death. And, you know, he is a tyrant. He is willing to do whatever it takes to get the throne. However, he is incredibly progressive, and he can actually do some good for Orzammar. He can bring Orzammar kicking and screaming into the future it deserves. I see Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts as being very similar to that. Because if Selene rules on her own, she has no support. She's going to end up in this situation all over again. If Gaspard rules alone, he's a warmonger. If Briala rules through Gaspard, then, yeah, it's working for now, but Gaspard is eventually gonna start trying to get out of that arrangement. To be honest, Briala ruling through Gaspard, in my opinion, is the best. It's still not great, but it's not the worst option. Let's see. Briala and Selene reconciling. I said this before. Selene was Briala's abuser. They were in an abusive relationship, even if... Because Briala really doesn't seem to view it like that. I really don't think that Briala understands that she was being emotionally and mentally abused by Selene. She was too much in love with her, and the betrayal hurt, but it didn't make... She still had fondness for all of the years they spent together. She never looked at her relationship with a critical eye to, you know, realize, oh my god, I was a victim of abuse. And so, like, you are putting an abuse victim back into the hands of their abuser. It is awful. And making them all work together, it is the hardest, it's the hardest outcome to get, but again, it's also one of the worst. Because you basically reveal, oh hey, I've got blackmail on all of you. All of you have to work together. And they're like, okay. But they're all still secretly plotting against each other. So you've literally just put a band-aid on it. But this exact situation is going to happen again. None of these options are good. None of them are good. It's just dealing with the shit you have. And I kind of like that when games do that. I like when they're like, oh, you want to do the good thing? Well, then you're going to have to take these... Oh my god, I'm sorry, my brain. I'm really dehydrated today. I am very dehydrated. I haven't drank as much as I should have. But yeah, I like when games basically say, okay, this is the best option, but you are going to have to deal with all of these negative consequences. And if you can handle that, then you can have the best option, but there are terrible consequences. And I also like when games are like, there is no good option. There is, like, you are in between a rock and a hard place. Which do you want? I like that. Now, okay, I think it should be rather obvious what Aenor is going with. As disgusted as I am with this option, because like I said, I don't think it's right to... Let's call this what this is. You are emotionally manipulating an abuse survivor back into her abusive relationship, and the abuser has not shown any signs of change. She has not shown any signs of guilt. And literally, Selene has said, oh, I didn't do right by her, but it's very clear that Selene doesn't understand what she should feel badly for. She's like, oh, I wasn't as daring. Yeah, that's not why you should feel guilty. You should feel guilty because you murdered her parents, allowed her to feel guilty about it for years, and were all the while she is feeling so sad, you're fucking her. You're like, oh yeah, baby, that's so sad about your parents. Come to bed. come to bed, pleasure me. Like, and all the while, this poor girl has no idea that you are the reason for her pain. You are the reason for her sorrow. If she knew that, like, if she had the full context, do you honestly think that she would be fucking you? No, the answer is no, but you are denying her that. It is a disgusting option. I hate it. But I'm not the Inquisitor. I am not Aenor. Aenor is Aenor. And Aenor wants Briala to win. That's the thing. Aenor wants Briala to have some measure of power for the elves. And she has seen, okay, there do still seem to be emotions there. And I'd like to imagine that Aenor must have had a quick meeting with Liliana, and Liliana said, okay, say this. Say that this isn't something Aenor is coming up with on her own. You know, it's you know, Liliana and maybe Josephine's input into all of this. So yeah, I don't like doing this, but like I've said, the role play is more important to me than my own personal feelings. But I feel disgusted right now.
I wouldn't have caught Florian in time without Briala's help.
You were working together.
Of course.
Gaspard was making threats. We met your mercenary captain. He murdered an emissary. We have Gaspard's orders. And this one really doesn't seem like all that much. Let's go with the heavy-hitting stuff.
Thanks to Briala, Gaspard's mercenary captain will testify that he hired men to infiltrate the palace.
Hired thugs. I didn't expect you to stoop so low, cousin.
Don't be naive, Celine. The only difference between a mercenary and a common soldier is a uniform.
Keep talking, Gaspard. Eventually, you'll convince somebody.
Yep, he also murdered an emissary, except was it him? Was it Florian? Who cares?
He also murdered a council of heralds emissary. I found the body and his knife in the servants' quarters.
I have done no such thing.
Again, considering he was all like, oh yeah, I totally brung people into the palace. Yeah, that was probably Florian who murdered the emissary. Yeah, his men infiltrated the ball.
He also ordered his general to sneak troops into the Winter Palace. Briala found all of this out for your sake, Celine.
In light of overwhelming evidence, we have no choice but to declare you an enemy of the Empire. You are hereby sentenced to death.
Okay. No, spare Gaspard's life. Try to convince Celine to let Gaspard live. As you wish, Gaspard is executed. What about Briala's reward? Gaspard executed. Attempt to reconcile Celine and Briala again. I feel like absolute shit doing this. We are emotionally manipulating these two people into another abusive relationship. Oh god. But again, Aenor doesn't know that. Aenor has absolutely no knowledge of what their history is. She has no knowledge of the Masked Empire and all the secrets that book lets us in on. Like I said, she wants Briala to win. I do think she feels badly about Gaspard. You know, she didn't want him executed. She didn't want the man dead. But we're trying to secure the Empire here. And, you know, sometimes you have to make tough choices. Sometimes you have to let people die. As hard as that is, and as much as Aenor doesn't like it, this man is a warmonger. And as long as he continues to live, he will continue trying to press his claim. Aenor may not know much about nobility, but she isn't so naive that she'd think he'd just walk off and leave it alone. He believes he should be emperor. He will continue trying to press that. So, yeah, we're not even going to try and do that. Yeah. Oh,
I think Ambassador Briala deserves some reward for uncovering all this.
I can scarcely believe you did all this for me.
Celine.
Thank you, Inquisitor. for all your efforts tonight. I owe you my life, and Orlais owes you its future. You have done so much for my people and for us.
We won't forget this.
I'm so sorry, Briala. I'm so fucking sorry. I'm so sorry. I was glad to help. I wasn't. What happens now? I need resources, not thanks. Again, Aenor has no idea what went on between these two. She knows that they split up basically for political reasons, but she has no idea just how toxic, just how abusive their relationship was. I do kind of think she would be glad to help. You know, in her mind, she's like, oh, well, these two people, they were very clearly in love, but they had opposing political views. Now that they're both older and wiser, maybe that'll have changed. Oh, isn't it nice that I could reunite this couple? Isn't it nice? No, it's not, but... Oh...
It was my pleasure. The two of you deserve to be happy.
We truly are. Come, stand with us, Inquisitor. We must give the good news to the nobility. Lords and ladies of the court, this is a night for celebration. Those who sought to poison our empire with treason have been brought to justice. It is a new age for Orlais. We shall build a world in which all men and women live in harmony. Let the cornerstone of change be laid. I introduce the newest member of our court, Marquise Briala of the Dales.
This is not just a victory in Halam Shiral, or within the Empire, or even for elves alone. This is a triumph for everyone! Over 1,000 years ago in the Valerian fields, elves and humans together defeated the Imperium. We can do so much more now. We are greater than our ancestors ever dreamed. Together, we will start by saving our world from the enemy who took the divine and tore the sky apart.
At least she's made her a marquis. At least she's done that. Bearing in mind, that was the other thing, the power dynamic. Selene is Empress. Briala was her servant. Selene had a position of power over Briala. If Briala said, no, I don't want to come to bed tonight. I'm angry with you. I don't want to have sex. Could she even say no? That's her Empress commanding her. Could she even say no? It's so bad. I feel awful. I feel awful right now. Oh, God. And that, like, oh, you deserve to be happy. Briala does deserve to be happy, but she won't be happy. Not with this hoe. God damn. This is an achievement. We have to work together. The real war starts now. We've just had the first elven marquis. Like, Aenor would be so happy. Aenor would be so pleased with how this is working out. This couple gets to be together again. They're in love. Oh, isn't that nice? Briala's just been made a marquis. She's been made nobility. Oh, this is such an achievement. The first elven noble in Orlais. My goodness. Oh, and she doesn't know. She doesn't know the horror.
This evening proves what we can accomplish through cooperation.
We are already tracking these Tevinter agents. Soon they'll have no place to hide.
But that is tomorrow. Tonight, we celebrate our newfound fellowship. Let the festivities commence!
The Orlesian nobility make drunken toasts to your victory, and yet you are not present to hear them. Do you tire so quickly of their congratulations, Inquisitor? 'Tis most fickle, after all your efforts on their behalf.
It's good to see you. They ran out of punch. I needed some air. Why is it good to see her? We met this woman once. We don't have an emotional connection to her. I am kind of disinclined to go with this because it's... Again, the game is trying to push this relationship of, oh, the Inquisitor really likes Morrigan because she's a fan favourite and we think that you'll want your Inquisitor to just like her immediately. And I'm like, I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that at all. I'm kind of drawn to this. I needed some air. I think, whilst Aenor is pleased with everything, you know, like she thinks she's just reunited these star-crossed lovers and all of that. I think she's very tired of the game. She is so tired of it, and I think she just wants to go home, you know, like she didn't order Gaspard's execution, but she didn't speak up for him, and she knows it was necessary. She knows Gaspard had to die. No matter what else happened, Gaspard had to die if Selene was going to stay on the throne. But it doesn't make her feel any better. Knowing it was right, doesn't make her feel any better. So yeah, maybe she is a little bit snappy. Maybe, you know, she's not feeling so great, and here is this random woman, you know, kind of making jokes.
There's plenty of opportunity for that later. I wanted some air.
I had no wish to interrupt your breathing, only to bring news. By Imperial decree, I have been named liaison to the Inquisition. Selene wishes to offer you any and all aid, including mine. Congratulations.
Aha! Yeah, do you actually want to join us, though?
I had no idea you were interested in joining the Inquisition.
The assignment has been given to me, regardless of my personal interest. Selene knows you face an opponent who wields great magical power, which is far more important than her own curiosity. You will require my knowledge if you are to defeat such magic. Regardless, Corypheus is a threat to Orlais and to myself. Thus, I am not opposed to the appointment.
And what can you do exactly?
What skills do you have that would benefit us?
I have knowledge which falls beyond the realm of most mages. I suspect this is also true of Corypheus, thus it behooves you to add to your arcane arsenal, yes? Mundane knowledge will not bring the rift in the sky to a close, after all.
Are you a blood mage? Aenor doesn't have anything against blood magic. It's magic. Just like any other magic. But I think she'd kind of like to know, what am I getting what am I getting into exactly?
When you say knowledge beyond the realm of most mages, do you mean blood magic?
I know many obscure, forgotten, and forbidden arts. Some of it you might consider blood magic, yes? Should thought of that frighten you, allow me to offer reassurance. Knowledge alone does no harm. What I possess, I place at your disposal to make use of or ignore as you desire.
Fair. Perfectly fair. Welcome aboard. I don't get a say. I'll be watching. I'm not too offended by this. It isn't like, oh my god, Morrigan, I'm so pleased you're joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, it's not overly friendly. I'm pretty sure that Aenor has taken this attitude with everyone who's joined the Inquisition, so I think this fits more.
Welcome to the Inquisition, Morrigan.
A most gracious response. I shall meet you at Skyhold.
I'm not surprised to find you out here. Thoughts?
Things turned out well. Poor Gaspard. I don't think this is over. I'm just tired. Ooh. Not this one. Whilst things did turn out well, there was still a lot of death. However, I don't think she'd be shedding any tears over Gaspard. She feels guilty about his death, but he was a warmonger. You know, like, if he had been, you know, allowed to live, so many more people would have died, so... I never like going for the stoic options. I never like these ones. They just don't sound like Aenor. I can see this. The cracks are starting to appear. She's trying so hard to keep her composure. She is trying so hard, but just... You know, everyone is looking to her. People are saying that she's the Herald of Andraste, chosen by the Maker and all of that. And she's having to lead the Inquisition, something in which she has no experience. She's making everything up on the fly. You know, it's gonna cause so much stress. Solas, what is going on with your neck? Buddy, are you okay? Ignore it, ignore it. But yeah, she is under so much stress. And she is smiling and being polite and nodding along. And she's come to this party where she felt completely out of place. You know, she's having to dance with people, talk to people. It's really not her thing. She's having to give big speeches in front of the entire courtroom. Like, it's so much. It is all so much for her. And I think the cracks are starting to show. She can't keep glossing over them. There has to be an outburst at some point. And I think maybe this is the first.
I have a feeling this is only a temporary victory.
There's much, much more trouble ahead. For now, focus on what's in front of you. Come, before the band stops playing, dance with me.
Let's go home. Just keep me company. Excellent idea. Give me a moment alone. I think she appreciates the fact that he's trying to distract her. He's trying to ground her.
I'd love to.
Oh, I did say I could see Aenor liking dancing, just not when it's in front of a massive crowd with Orlesian nobility. I like that. Aw. And there we go. That was Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts.
The matter is urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well aware of that, revered mother.
We will need them to return to Val Royeaux as soon as possible. There are ceremonies, ordinations. Maker's mercy.
That's quite impossible at the moment. However, I will see to this matter as soon as possible.
My Lady Inquisitor. Please, may I have a word with you?
How can I help you? It's always something, not now. I think on some level, Aenor is thinking, oh god, there's always something going on. There's always something. However, again, she'd never say that. She'd be polite.
How may I assist you, revered mother?
With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn to a single question. The next divine. We cannot answer it without the left and right hands of Divine Justinia V.
I have already told you, revered mother. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra cannot be spared from their duties.
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
Yeah, why do you need them exactly?
Why do you need Liliana and Cassandra?
They were Her Holiness's most trusted advisors. They represent her legacy, her hopes for peace in Thedas. They could rally the Grand Clerics to follow as no candidate from the clergy has been able to.
What are you saying? They're candidates for divine? You think very highly of them. The clergy is that divided? Yeah, I think Aenor would be like, whoa, hold up, are you saying what I think you're saying?
I don't understand. What is it you're asking of them?
We need them to serve as candidates for the role of divine. Everyone with the political support to succeed Justinia perished alongside her. Those who remain are unable to gather the majority of votes from the conclave of Grand Clerics. They have been deadlocked for too long. Lady Liliana and Seeker Cassandra were Justinia's most trusted friends and advisors. Our late divine is still held in high esteem. To honor her, the Grand Clerics might support one of them as successor.
And how long would they be gone exactly?
How long does the Chantry need them?
Several months, at least. If one of them is crowned divine, she would not be returning to the Inquisition.
Oof. I'd have to let them decide. Those are crucial people. You've been told no. Well, it's up to Cassandra and Liliana if they want to go.
Liliana and Cassandra would have to make that decision for themselves.
And they certainly will, at a later date. The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend to. You must excuse us, revered mother. Don't let them detract from your victory at Halam-Shiral. Now that the political situation has stabilized, we can devote more Inquisition resources to pursuing Corypheus. I would talk to Hawk. Soon.
Flipping heck, it's all go here, isn't it? It's all go. We don't get a moment of peace. Cassandra and Liliana are already being scoped for potential divine candidacy. Flipping heck. Well, in the next episode, we are going to have a chat with everyone, see what they think about how things went down in Halam-Shiral and all that. Hey, Flissa, you're right. You okay? Okay, bye. Yes, in the next episode, we will have another round of companion talks and all of that, and just see what's going on in Skyhold. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.